Hey everyone, welcome back. I'm Christine of Side Street Market, and today, I never know where to look on this camera. Today is a little bit of a different video. So I've actually got a few collections going now. I have a gallery wall, trivet, cookie jar, glass, my New York collection, and I realize that you guys probably haven't seen a lot of these. I know a lot of you have seen my glass collection as I've changed it out, but fall is coming and this display is going to be changing. Probably some things are going to change around the house, so I thought it would be a perfect time to take you on a little home tour. So come along with me as I show you some of the things that I personally collect and some of the vintage I love. Okay, so we are going to start with my dining room table. Now, a lot of times this is not decorated because this is my main YouTube area. I'm often filming, I've got inventory, but when I don't, I do like to decorate it. And so this is actually a bed sheet I found at Goodwill, and I use it in the fall. Then these plates I just purchased from Michael Todd, the Cult of Vintage, on one of the live sales. I absolutely love them. If you guys know anything about me, I am a huge fan of ceramic pottery pieces. I love the studio pieces from the 80s and 90s, and these were just gorgeous. I could not pass them up. And I love squirrels, so I have this cute little resin nutcracker nut holder for the fall. And then we have my glass collection, which a lot of you guys have seen. So we're going to go ahead, and this is my collection before I go ahead and change it out. You can see I've started putting a little fall. That's to put curtains. So you can kind of see I've started changing it out. These crates actually came from my vintage booth I used to have, and I forgot I had them in storage. So as I noted, I like to collect the ceramic home pieces. I also collect metal vintage thermoses. Sometimes I do get the plastic if it's got a cool pattern. So I also collect vintage thermoses. And then I collect the vintage glass. Now for me, it's a lot about the color and texture is what calls me. And I also love brass. So this is the brass I keep in my house. I have the 2 butterfly sconces. I actually found them 6 months apart at Goodwill. And that sign is from John and mine's wedding. So I just thought it fit the rustic really well. And you can see I'm starting to get some of my Halloween in here. So we'll just kind of, this one I got from Kim at Oh My Vintage. This was a sweet gift gifted to me by Belinda Carroll from one of Kim's sales. And I don't know all the types of the glass. I'm still learning. I know I have some Fenton. I know I have quite a bit of Fenton. I know I have some Indiana glass, some Ellie Smith, some Moon and Stars. So, and then you can see there's one of my ceramic pieces mixed in. Some of my blue banana bowls up here that I love. I believe that one in the back is Duncan Miller, and I got it from Cindy J's Timeless Treasures. Yeah, I think that might be a Duncan Miller piece. I'm not 100% sure. Like I said, I'm still learning. This was a fun flea market find. Someone handmade these paper mache masks. So I just kind of put that in there. Getting ready for the Halloween spirit. Some Viking. There's one of my thermoses. Some more Fenton. My little squirrels are mixed in. This one I got for Kim. This is actually one of my grandmother's pieces that no one knew lit up. So that was pretty cool. And I've got some of my Halloween going mixed in with my squirrels. I've got some Hobnail. Now this one, I do not know who makes this. It looks Fenton by the Hobnail, but I am not sure. And then this one is supposed to be black amethyst, but the glass is so thick I can't 100% tell. And it's kind of got the thumbprint pattern a little bit, so that could be Fenton. And then this was a gift from my buddy Michelle in Newton's Cupboard. So that's kind of where my glass collection is right now. And with the fall coming, I'm going to use the orange and yellow pieces for Thanksgiving, the green and blacks and some of the oranges for Halloween. So you'll see this all changed out, guys. But all of this, pretty much 95% of my glass has come from flea markets, antique malls, or live sales. Okay, and now you guys, oh, and these I got from Carolina Princess Sweet Treats and Pretties, one of her sales. Now you guys get to go into the cupboard. There we go. So this is my little gift section. My friend Debbie, our Vagabond Travels, gifted this to me for my birthday this year. I loved the donkey, and this little owl comes from my grandmother's owl collection. I inherited a small part of her owl collection now that I'm older and can appreciate it. This was in a mystery box from Lorianne Sugar Britches, and this was a gift from my friend Michelle at Newton's Cupboard. Florida flamingos. And then going down here, ooh, now I gotta bend down. Okay, so most of these owls right in here all come from my grandmother's collection. She had a huge owl collection when I was growing up. So these big guys are her. These are candlestick holders I got in the very beginning from Newton's Cupboard. Michelle, one of her original live sales. I had to have them. I love them. They'll come out eventually and go on my table. This I picked up from Julie of AJ's Retro and Vintage. And I'll try to in the video remember to like know everyone's channel as I can remember. This I picked up from Beth Carolina Princess because it matched one that was my grandmother's. So I have a little set, but I'm trying to keep mine a little separate. This I had seen in the antique mall and really wanted it, and then found it for $3 at Goodwill like a couple weeks later. So the universe will provide. This I was excited. This belongs to my father, and my parents let me have it. And apparently it was sitting on his dresser when I was growing up, and I don't remember it. But so like this is kind of like family collections here. And this is my little woodland shelf where I keep my little critters and mushrooms. This is a hand-painted piece my mother did. Now, I don't remember where I got everything from here, but I believe I got some of this from Debbie, our Vagabond Travels. It might have been the shakers, and I had the napkin holder. This came in a mystery box. Then I got this from Beth Carolina Princess Sweet Treats and Pretties. And I believe all of these right here came from Michelle Comfy Cozy Living. I got that in a mystery box from Dolores Miss Damn Jewelry. And, oh, that book. I think I might have got that from Norma Jean Plus One. And that was from Antique Mall. But yeah, so I have like gifts, family collections, my woodland collections. And then this is a little mix of that. This is my little vintage cooking area. So this was my grandmother's. This came from my parents, and that came from my parents. So all the bowls and stuff came from my parents, and the rest, like, that's from my vintage trivet collection. I just like the look of that retro cooking book, so I put it back there. And then these are some cats I've been gifted. I think one of these came in a mystery box from Debbie, our Vagabond Travels, and one I think my mom bought me. I don't remember which one. And then these are really cool, guys, but I don't know what they are. They are hand-painted. So I know that this is some sort of a creamer. So someone hand painted these, and I just could not pass them up because it has my owls and my mushrooms. But is this like a sugar dispenser, guys? What is this? Would this be for sugar with your cream and sugar? Let me know. Okay, now I'm going to attempt to stand up, and we're going to move on and check out my gallery wall. I believe I forgot my swung vase collection. Gotta add that in for you guys. So here's a couple of my cookie jars. I don't know if you guys can see them. I'm short, they're kind of up high so the cats don't get them. So I have a home ceramic piece of a squirrel on a trunk eating a nut. I have a McCoy dog. I have a possible treasure craft but not marked, not sure at Winking Owl. I have a Shawnee cat, and I have, you can't really see it, it's the Treasure Craft barrel that says cookies. So that is my cookie jar collection. So we've got thermoses, we've got glass, we've got home pieces, we've got cookie jars, and trivets. I collect snarky trivets. You guys may have seen this on my Instagram. I just finally got these hung up. I'm trying not to trip over an end table. But this is my snarky trivet collection. These two are some of my favorites. I'm the boss in this house, and I have my wife's permission to say so. The opinions expressed by the husband in this house are not necessarily those of the management. John and I have a good laugh with those. We've got a good sense of humor. We get too soon old and too late smart. And then just come in, sit down, relax, converse. Our house doesn't always look like this. Sometimes it's even worse. So this is my collection of trivets so far. And then we'll turn the corner to my gallery wall. So this kind of changes out as I find new pieces and new things that speak to me. Everything on this wall has been thrifted or secondhand. So you'll see there's two oval plaques. This one is a little boy with a dog, and on the end there's a little girl, and my mom actually hand painted those. So those are pieces from my mom. This is one of my first thrifted art pieces. I really love this. It is, I guess this would be a crewel piece because it's yarn. You guys can let me know, but this reminds me of where I grew up in New York in the Hudson Valley. I miss the fall foliage and the mountains and the water, so this I love for this time of year. Then I also love Chalkware. So I got some Chalkware kitty cats. I believe I picked those up from Michelle at Newton's Cupboard. And then I also enjoy the 60s big-eyed, the animals and the children, so you'll see that on the wall here. These are just some art pieces I thrifted because my husband and I are both artists, so something about her spoke to me. That was a gift from my mother-in-law because I do like sugar skulls. I was really into them back in the day. Now I've gone more to vintage. I picked this up from Chapter 2 Vintage Co. I thought it was really cute for fall. This was a Goodwill find. It's a little, I think it's an oil. It was like 99 cents back when prices were good. Then we have some of the Home Co. or, just like the resin lions, my kitty cats. This I love. This was an oil I found at Goodwill. It's beautiful poppies. It's really nicely done. That is a print, and I'm actually looking to replace this one, but I don't know what I want yet. There's the other piece my mother did. And then this is an original painting I picked up at the flea market, and it's one of those big-eyed kids. And I know my husband thinks it's creepy because the eyes follow you up and down the hall. It was done by Wendy Morris in '63, and I tried Googling and I never found anything on Wendy, but she did a great job. And these are some owls I had picked up from a live sale back in the day. I'm not sure where. But that is part of my gallery wall right there. And then it just wraps the corner to this beautiful crewel piece I got from Tammy at Vintage Uprising, Texas, one of her live sales. So you can see I love crewel, I love art. I really love like hand painted pieces and the ceramics and just the whole retro. I'm sorry if I'm going a little too fast. I'm trying to kind of take you guys back through it. And now the last room we're going to go into is my art studio / double offices, day job, eBay business, reselling business. And I have to get up on a stepladder to show you the final part of my collection. Here is my mess. Here is my secret hoard in my studio. If I showed you the rest of my craft room, I would be ashamed because it looks like this. We're just going to leave it at that. But I'm going to kind of take you through. So this is my Knick-Knack Shelf. I actually need to kind of go through this guy a little bit. That is a piece I painted back in the day, but this was different things I was collecting when I was collecting salt and pepper shakers. I liked the airbrush animals, things I'm holding for Christmas time. And then there's the start of my New York collection. So in my studio, because I'm in here the most, is where I keep most of my New York collection. For those of you who don't know, I was born and raised in upstate New York, the Hudson Valley area near West Point Military Academy, that sort of region. So as I've gotten older, I have a real appreciation for New York and New York City and the museums, because I moved when I was 18, so I didn't get to do a lot of that. But this is everything I've collected so far, and I have room for, and we have 9-foot ceilings, so these are like 7 and 6 feet up. And I also had some of my thermoses in here. And I also was collecting redware, but I think I'm going to start going through this shelf and purging some items. I'm not sure what yet. But here's my secret hoard. And then here's the start of my New York stuff. Don't mind the turtle. And now I'm really into just collecting like little things like this because as you can see, it's so full. I don't have a lot of room. Here's some of my redware collection. I've kind of stopped collecting redware. I have some Niagara Falls shakers. And when I collect New York memorabilia, like vacation lands, they talk about upstate New York. Orange County is the county I grew up in. So I try to get stuff now from like the area I grew up in. I love this piece I got from Misty, Thrifter, Junker, Vintage Hunter. She had this wonderful New York piece. I saw it in one of her Shop With Me videos. So I snagged that. I also got this really cool Empire State oil can from Misty, Thrifter, Junker, Vintage Hunter. And I know that Katie of Vintage and Vinyl also got one, and I used that at Christmas time. Then these are just mugs I had, some from when I was growing up. My plastic thermos collection. And then I have lots of mugs I've been gifted and paper from friends and viewers that I really appreciate. I've got some vintage World Fair. And then a cool old tin. And then up here, it's really hard to see them, but they are old Japan souvenir trays. And one of them has the Twin Towers on it still. I think it's that one right there on the end. And I think the center one has it too, which is really special because, as you know, they're not there anymore. So I do try to pick up stuff with the Twin Tower on it because I remember visiting the Twin Towers as a kid and going to the museum in the basement. This one's cute. I lost my head at New York City. I found those in a thrift store. So yeah, guys, that is my collection. Appreciate you guys hanging out with me. I hope you liked this little mini home tour, because I know we often ask each other, well, what do you collect? What do you collect? And in the beginning, I didn't really have any collections. And now I do. So I figured it was about time I shared the things I collect with you guys. And I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, remember to give it a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button, guys. And I'll be back with you soon.
Yeah.